Hey everybody, meteorologist Brad Panovich here with an update on Sally. We are going to see an increasing threat for flash flooding in the Carolinas, mainly because of two things coming together. I'm going to talk more about that, but the moisture from Sally is a big part of this, as well as a strong autumn-like cold front that's going to be heading your way. I say autumn-like, it is going to be a taste of autumn. So let's go right to the satellite image. Here's Sally, not moving much at all. The speed is incredibly slow. 2-mile-per-hour movement, so it's barely drifting to the north. Close-in view shows the circulation somewhere in there. The west side's pretty dry, so New Orleans is escaping the worst. Gulfport, Biloxi right there. Mobile, Alabama, Pensacola, Panama City Beach. So these are the areas. Alabama into the panhandle of Florida looks to be the worst of this system with the surge, and we've seen surge all day. The painstakingly slow movement to the north and then the northeast is going to take 24 hours for it to get up here towards central and southern Alabama, and then it's going to dissipate as a remnant low. But the moisture is still going to be a big player to the north and east. So I don't expect a lot of wind from this system, and I'm really thinking the overall threat for severe weather is low. It's not zero, but it's really low. It's all about the rainfall. And I'm going to show you why, because the water vapor loop is going to show that we've got this trough sitting over Canada. It's up here right now. This trough is a cold front that's going to sweep down, and as the moisture gets pulled up here, we're going to get a squeeze play over the Carolinas, and that's going to kind of set the stage for some really, really heavy rain. So let me show you the excessive rainfall outlook here. Hopefully this will load. So you can see the outlook here. I'm going to pause it right here. Notice that we've got this risk for flooding tomorrow through Atlanta, up towards Montgomery, Birmingham, and then into the Carolinas. And watch as I play this out all the way to here. You can see this is for Thursday. So we're under a medium to high risk for flash flooding. The area in red in particular is an area I'm going to watch very carefully for potentially flash flooding. So let me show you the timing of all this. I'm going to pull up another video here of the futurecast. So what's going on? Here's our hurricane, Sally. Really slow moving, moves to the north, and it kind of stops right there. So we're dry right now, but what's going on in the atmosphere, there's a stalled front here, and then there's a cold front coming in from the west. So this is moving this direction, this is moving this direction, but the flow around Sally is throwing moisture back here. And the combination of this stalled front and the approaching front and really upper trough is going to produce widespread rain somewhere in here. The question is where? Is it there? Is it a little farther south? Or is it a little farther north? You've got three moving parts, and depending on how those parts move, you could see that threat shift. So let me show you our futurecast. And again, this is just one run. It's going to change a couple more times. You can see Thursday morning, the heavy rain moving into the upstate and the Charlotte area. The middle of Thursday, very heavy rain. Thursday looks to be a complete washout right now. It's just a matter of how much rain we see. Lasts all day into Thursday night and really into early Friday before the system moves out and we see that cold front sweeping. So this looks pretty fast. Again, the timing, I wouldn't read too much into this. This could be a little bit slower by 6 hours. I think it's going to linger into Friday, but let's hope the front's a little quicker, because if the front's blasting through here, it's going to push all of this out of here pretty quickly. Let me show you the forecast rainfall amounts right now. And again, this is from the Weather Prediction Center, a swath of 4 to 7 inches along 85 through the upstate. And then across the Charlotte area south, 3 to 6 inches with 2 to 4 here. But again, notice this narrow band right in here. There's going to be a heavy rain band somewhere here. And again, 50 miles north, 50 miles south can change the impacts rather dramatically for our area. Now, as far as the timing is concerned, I always like to show this graphic to show you the timing. Right now, it looks to be, I would say, early on Thursday until early on Friday. Now, tornado threat's very low, but notice I have it at the lowest. High winds low, but I do think it will be breezy. Flash flooding. By far our biggest issue is going to be flash flooding with this event as it approaches from the south. So the timing of this is really pretty much Thursday morning to Friday morning. Now again, the timing can slightly change, and you can see my little caveat here. Pay attention, weather aware on Thursday, because we potentially could see some changes to this forecast. But right now, what you need to be thinking about is I could have flash flooding. If I'm in a low-lying area, make sure you have a way to get to higher ground. If you have storm drains in front of your house, I don't care if you're in a floodplain or not, go out there today or tomorrow, clean them out, make sure the downspouts are clear, because we're likely going to have a lot of water moving. So think about all the areas of your yard around your property that flood and where water flows. make everything easy for that water to get away from the house and bring stuff in, cover things up, because we're potentially going to see a pretty big soaker as we go into Thursday. So let me show you the current conditions here, because this will really kind of show you what's going on. I'm going to turn off the current temperatures. And what I've done is I've turned a couple things on here. I've actually turned on the forecast track, and I'm also put on the radar and satellite. So what's happening is the thing we'll watch, you see all this moisture on the northeast side here? As this system moves like this, I expect that moisture plume to move up in this area. So that's what we would expect. So even if this low is here, which is the remnants, you're going to see a big area of moisture up in here. The question is, you can see the sharp cutoff down here in parts of Alabama. So are we going to be in this heavy rain band or just to the north? So that's what we're watching. So over the next couple of days, if you're looking at the radar and satellite, kind of pay attention to what's going out in here. Is this starting to fill in with more rain? Is it staying narrow? If it starts filling out or spreading out in this direction, that's more likely that we're going to see some heavier rain. If it stays a little closer to the center, then you're probably going to see that heavy rain band stay to the south. And just to show you, I'm going to show you the temperatures here real quickly. By the way, that's all smoke, wildfire smoke you see on the map. You see the cold air up here in Canada. This is the cold front that's coming down, and this is a legit cold front that's moving in. And this is really going to give us some great weather. So in all of this, regardless of what happens Thursday or Friday, the amount of rain we end up seeing, we are going to see a gorgeous dry weekend as that front comes blasting through. So the thing to watch is going to be that rain on the northeast side, and that's what's affecting Florida right now. And we'll see how that's going to impact us on Thursday. And again, updated timing right there. I think that should give you a good idea. So stay weather aware. We've got, a good, I'd say less than 48 hours, probably about 36 hours before the rain starts. And the heaviest will not happen until midday on Thursday. So we're probably 48 hours away from the heaviest rain. This time on Thursday, we'll likely be tracking big heavy rain across the area. So flash flooding is our big concern for Thursday and Friday. Be weather aware and be ready. Remember, turn around, don't drown. All those flooding tips we give you, that all applies to Thursday.